Hey, good morning, everyone. This is Pat Lopez. I'm the science department chair at Northland Pioneer College, and I teach biology, and I'm here with my colleague, Dr. Amalinda Webb. Good morning, Amalinda.
Hello. So I also teach at Northland Pioneer College, obviously, since I'm Pat's colleague. But I am most known for being a geologist, but I'm also a biologist. So my interest ranges from modern systems to ancient systems. And I'm really interested in numerical models and looking at how communities respond to things. So that's my credentials.
All right. So this is the introductory video to Ask a Scientist, Ask a Nurse. We're hoping to be a vaccine resource team as we hopefully enter into the last phase of this virus, right? And I wanted to take this first video to kind of discuss a little bit the genesis of this project. So Emmeline, I want to tell you a little bit about my mom, because that's what it all started with. So my mom is 85 years old, and she's a retired nurse, and she lives far away. She lives in Vermont, so I don't get to see her very much, and I'm sort of like a lot of people, a little bit wistful about that this year. She often does come down and visit us for Christmas, although I am very grateful that she lives in Vermont because the case counts are so low. But a few weeks ago, this is a conversation that particularly stood out in my mind. This was not too long after the announcement of the Pfizer vaccine, those first sort of extraordinary results. And I was very excited, and I was having a lively conversation with her, and saying, Mom, I'm so happy for you because, you've been very isolated and you should be among one of the first people to receive the vaccine. And, her response was, you know, I'm good, I'm fine, really, and she really is, she is isolated, and she's suffering the way a lot of us are, but she is alone, but she's figured out a system, right? She's very proud of her and how she's figured out Zoom and things like that. And so we continued the conversation, and she said, healthcare workers should get the first doses and things like that. And I said, well, yeah, okay, but you're 85 years old, you're in a high risk group, you're at the front of the line, and this is very exciting. And her response again was like, well, I'm not in a hurry, I'm doing fine, and this back and forth went on for a little bit, and finally, it sort of dawned on me that her her attitude was like, vaccines are great, but someone else can go first. Like, you go first. And that was sort of at the core of it. And I think that there's a lot of that kind of trepidation out there, that concern swirling around, how fast the vaccine was developed, and that it's, at least the first two that have been approved for use in the US do use some new technology and things like that. So I thought, well, seeing as that they use messenger RNA, and that's part of our core curriculum in our biology, our freshman biology first semester course, and we teach this stuff, what can we do about it? So that's sort of the, my genesis story for this little project. But I wanted to ask you, Amalinda, if you would share why you wanted to jump on board with this.
Yeah. So my parents live in another state, and they were among the first to get sick with COVID-19 back in April. And it was really hard to watch them go through that because they are in a high risk age group. And luckily, both of them pulled through. Unfortunately, my dad still has lingering symptoms, and they both still work at high risk environments. And they're already starting to see reinfections among people who got sick in the first wave. And so it's really near and dear to me to make sure that people understand just how dangerous this disease is and what we can do to help the entire community, the entire world, be able to approach this. And I mean, granted, my parents are in another state, but I live here and I work with students, and I've seen so many of my students suffer with this. So if I can do anything to help people understand and to remove some of the fear and to help us move forward where everybody's more protected, that's really why I want to be here. And I'm hoping that my educational experience can help me explain things, because I do understand the science, I do understand the numbers, and I may not be an immunologist. I mean, I'm a paleoecologist, but if I can break down the science and make it easier to understand and make it more approachable, that's what I'd like to help do.
Awesome. Thanks, Emily. I think it's important to kind of acknowledge that tied up in a lot of science is mathematics. And so, and that's certainly, for a lot of people, maybe something that they struggle with a little bit as well. So, and, scientific training means that you can look at numbers and sort of draw conclusions from them. So, awesome. All right, so we're going to start a series of videos. I think we're going to start with a couple of background videos, sort of instructional videos, and then each of the videos will in turn address a specific question that we've gotten in through our internal Slack channel. And we'll just see where this goes. All right, thanks for joining me, Melinda,
Yeah.
and thanks for watching this, guys, and we'll see you soon.